So today we're going to be making these pens. Actually, the beads are already made. We're just going to make the little dangle with the initials. So like this is a dangle cross. We'll just make like the dangle, whatever the initial is. And we'll do it in purple. And then we'll do it in this teal color. And I have a few beads and separators for that. But in addition to that, we're going to use some or all of these products. We have Resin Purple Opal and Violet Opal Glitter, Chunky Glitter. And then these are all from the Dollar Tree. So for the purple ones, we'll use the purple, and the teal and turquoise ones we'll use for the teal pen. And then we have some foil and glitter flakes. I don't know if we'll use any of those or like some combination of those. And then we have this mold, which has the letters, and that's the one we'll use for the dangle. And then if I have extra, which I made about 2 ounces, so I'm sure we will have extra because it won't take 2 ounces. I'm going to use these to label my mica powder. So like I put the color on the bag or the box or the jar. So give me a minute to gather things and we'll get started. So for now, we're going to work on the letter S. And since I want that to be purple, we're going to get started with that. I'm just going to put a little, actually that's probably more than I need, so I'm going to pour some back. Okay. And then I decided that I like this purple better, so we're going to put a little bit of that in there. The letters are really tiny, so we don't need a lot. And then I had about 2 ounces of resin, but we don't need that much. Put a little bit in this one. A little bit in that one. For now, we'll just do the purple ones. There. Bring it a little closer. Sorry, I have a holder, but I just haven't pulled it out yet. I think I should do that. So I'm just going to stir this up. And then I'm going to stir this one. And then when it's ready, I'll be back to pour it. So I decided that we were going to use both of these in the resin for her S. And then this that I made, I'll put into something else. So let's go ahead and put the glitter, actually the rhinestones, into the S. And then I'll have to manipulate it down in there because it's super tiny. So I'm just going to take the back of this swab. And even if you have excess, you can just wipe it off. So right now I'm just making sure that it's in there. And then I'll take a scraper and scrape it. And then I'll take a look at it, see if it's got a mixture of colors, which it mostly has the lighter purple, which is okay. I'll make sure that it's all in there. Try to stamp out any bubbles. If you can see any, it's super tiny. And again, I'll take this again and put it in there, smash it down. And then we have our S, and you'll be able to see it better once it is demolded. All right, I'm going to take a pause and put the extra in something else. Be back. So with our extras, we're going to add it into this little heart-shaped trinket dish. And if there's anything left over after that, I have an excess mold going here, and it's actually a snail from Let's Resin. So whatever's left, we'll dump it in there. All right, so now we're gonna just go ahead and pour. And I don't spray alcohol. So we're just gonna pour. And it's kind of hard to pour with one hand, at least for me anyway. I'm gonna pour there. I'm gonna make sure that it's going down. It's hasn't made its way. It's pretty thick. So let's do that. And then we'll add more, and I'll probably have to scrape it. You can see from the sides there. It's making its way down nicely now. Okay. And all the extra little rhinestones. And if I have to get my scraper to get it all out, I can. So let me grab my scraper and I'll be back. Okay, so now I have my scraper. Let's see. And I'll go ahead and scrape it all out and come back for demold. Okay, so I've tidied up just a little bit and I have it in the curing machine and we'll be back for demold. Okay guys, so we're back and I have completed this pen. I'm not sure that I like the way the tassel, sorry, I'm trying to get used to this phone, way the tassel hangs out, so I don't think I'll use that on the next one. And then the other thing is that the dangle, the letter, the initial, is somewhat low, so if it swirls this way it might be irritating. So for the next one I'm just gonna raise it up a little bit. Okay, so I was playing around with the teal one, and I think this is, sorry, I think this is the way that I like it. So we're gonna make the other one like that. And again, the beads were purchased and I just made the initial. So we're gonna do my sister's. So I'm gonna do a T and we'll go from there. So I'm just gonna do hers. I'm gonna start hers here. I'm going to use this as a guide. And so the beads fit kind of loosely, so I had to add a few spacers. And let's put that here as a guide for me. So we're just going to, actually, I'm going to add a spacer first. And then we're going to do this bead. And then another spacer. I guess it's easier when you don't have too large of gloves on. Okay, so then we're gonna do another one. And then another one. And I think this, oh, I had two there. I did have two. Although I might need them, I'll take it out. I think at this point, I need to add the T, because I don't want it to be that low again. So I'll do that, I'll do the spacer. And now we'll work on the T. And I have some little jump rings here. And I have some jewelry tools. One is a wire cutter, so I have to be careful that I do not. You can see that. Okay, it looks like it's right there. So you just take it, use that as the holding, and you can either bend it back or bend it forward. And then, assuming that this T, the hole is all the way through, and it looks like it's not, that could be a problem. Hold on, let's see, get it. Let's see, just, there we go, I think I got it. Hope I got it. Let's see. So let's put it back and see if I did in fact break the hole. Yes, yay. Okay, so then I'm going to put another one because I like it to dangle a little more than what it is. Okay, so hopefully you can see that, and I'm just going to bring it back to meet like that. So now we have, and I'm trying to think, do I want to add one more, or is that one good enough? I think that's good enough. So now let's just open this one up. Actually, we do not have to open that one up. We just have to slide it on. And I just realized, oh man, I'll have to do it over. But I had the purple because of the purple ones, and I never redid the teal ones. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it, but obviously I have to do it off camera and do this same one like a tea, but in a teal color. Ah, what a brain fart. Okay, so do that. We'll add this one. And then let's go with this one. Another spacer. And we may need another one because I don't think I want to use the tassel. It seems like it just, I don't know, it looks a little awkward. Gotta use this. Just dangling there, or just not even dangling, it's like hanging out. Okay, so then we'll do that. And then we'll do this one. And then another spacer. And let's see if I can get another bead. You see, I don't know if you can, you can't see if I'm not in the camera. The screws there, that's where it's going to screw in. So another bead is not going to fit there. But I will need a few more spacers. So I'll just go ahead and put a couple. And then you just take the pin, and because these are, the spacers are small enough, they'll fit in there, but a bead wouldn't allow it to go through. So we're just gonna take it and turn it. And keep turning. Oh, that's very nice. I like it. This one is a lot tighter than the other one. I just have to change the T to the right color. And there we have it. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, I have mixed up 2 ounces of resin, put it through the Let's Resin Original Bubble Remover. By the way, I just do this for a hobby, so I don't have any discount codes, or I'm not an affiliate of anything. But you can check out Linda's Resin Room. She has a 10% off if you watch a video and then maybe give her a like, and you'll look in the description, and she has a 10% off. Same thing with Tara over at Jaybird Resin Art. So if you want to get 10% from Let's Resin, give them a try. Okay, so now we're gonna make the teal and turquoise, the T and the W. So I got 2 cups here, just pour a little bit. And the letters are so tiny, so I really don't need a lot. I hated that I had to mix 2 because my cups have 1, and I could have guessed like a half ounce, but I didn't. So with all the extra, I'll just put in my drip mold that I also got from Let's Resin. It's a little snail. It looks like it's a planter, so you can put something in there. So, all right, so let's get to stirring. So I stir this up. And stir this one up. And it's really hard. I think this, clean this up just a little bit. I couldn't see it. It looked clean, but it has some clear resin in it. 1 second. Spray about 99%, although 90 would have been fine. Let's get out of there. Sorry about that. Okay. So, gonna slowly pour it into the W. Should be slower than that. I think that it's not going to be enough for me. I'm going to want to have more gems. So I'm going to scoop out a lot of the resin. And just sort of sprinkle some in and help them find their way into the W. Go around there. And there is a hole right here. And let's set this up a little bit. There. Okay, let's get this to make sure that it looks like a W. Okay, and now we'll do the T, but this time, do the T. I'm just gonna try to get a bunch on my stick and guide it that way. Right, I need a few more gems. Probably have to remove some of the resin. And so most of the letters, I don't know about the W, but so for instance, the T, it has a hole at the bottom and the top, I guess in case you wanted to do a bracelet. So I'm gonna try to get a gem down at the bottom if I can. Try to get that one gem right there. See if I can stick it in where that hole is. There we go. It seems like it needs a little more gems up here. So let's try to get one more. Maybe two more. And if I have to drill a hole where the T is, I can. So, okay guys, I'm gonna put this into my Let's Resin curing machine, and the rest of the leftovers I'm gonna pour into that snail that I showed you. And that's it for now, and I'll see you back for the next step. Thanks for watching.